Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the Löwe. This is a tier 8 German premium heavy tank with regular matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Erlenberg with tier 10 as the top tier, although keep in mind that there's only one tier 10 on each team, and the game is made up of mostly tier 8s. And there is also one artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. I am using a German crew which has 12 crew skills and perks, and I am platooned up with Cowboy Arizona, who is also in a Löwe. One thing to note is that my artillery teammate did not fall back into a good position. I tried to signal him to retreat, but he stays in that terrible position, and is actually the furthest one advanced on that side of the map, and so we lose our artillery right off the start of the game here. Before it even happened, I knew the artillery was going to have an early death, so I started adjusting my strategy immediately. Because this area of the map that I'm fighting in, it's really easy to get pinned down by just a few enemy tanks, and without artillery support to hit the enemies behind the hill in front of me. This can become a really bad standoff, especially since I have most of my team over here with me. So the first order of business is to take out that tier 10 tank destroyer. No one wants to take a hit by that thing, but I'm willing to take the risk to try and get some damage hits on him. Now, one strategy I use when the enemy has an artillery advantage over me is trying to speed up the gameplay as much as possible. Artilleries for the most part have long reload times and thrive when teams are in prolonged engagements and just sitting still. So in a situation like this, I'll often take a lot more risks in an attempt to rush the situation along and deny the enemy that artillery advantage. And it's a strategy that works out for me quite often. Of course, in order to speed up the gameplay, you gotta have good support from your teammates. And it might be a little difficult to tell that I'm adjusting my gameplay with a tank like the Löwe, because it's a slow-moving, slow-firing tank, but I'm pulling up for shots on a tier 10 tank destroyer before I'm even unspotted. This is good. I've got quite a few teammates advancing with me here to try and take out the few enemies on this flank. Without their tier 10 tank destroyer to support them, they're quite vulnerable. The only problem is they're shooting at us from 3 different angles, so it does slow our progress quite a bit. That was a successful charge with good all-around team coordination there, and we only lost a tier 8 heavy tank there because of an unlucky fire, but it's overall worth it, and now we've managed to secure a good portion of the map, and it gives me a good opportunity here to advance towards the enemy base and artillery. My track gets destroyed here by the motion, and so I know that they have a sniping super heavy tank over there. Now, although super heavy tanks can get away with doing things like this, and still perform quite well because they can bounce so many shots from a distance, That heavy tank being so far out of the fight didn't provide any sort of tactical support for his team, and I'm not interested in getting into a sniping battle with one heavy tank trying to hit a tiny commander's hatch, so I'm just going to advance on him. I'm trying my best to keep my armor well angled here to deny that motion any easy shots, and fortunately it pays off. I made this move in hopes of finding the enemy artillery, but this is a bad time to spot him out. Fortunately, I've got some great support from Cowboy Arizona to help me take out this motion, and the terrain really works well in my favor here to keep bouncing shots from him, and it makes a big difference here since I needed all those hit points to take that hit from the artillery. Possibly a life-saving shot there from Cowboy Arizona. The assault over here has been quite effective, and my team has done a great job defending the other side of the map. So we have a decisive lead here, and there's just enough time for me to get a revenge shot on the enemy artillery. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 116,000 silver without any multipliers. I'm really happy with that considering I used 3 premium consumables, but it balanced out nicely because I didn't have to fire any premium rounds that game. And I earned 7,694 experience with the 2x daily bonus, remembering that I am using the black edition of this tank, and so I get that nice 75% XP bonus. In this game, I dealt 4,516 damage, assisted with 320 damage, and destroyed 2 enemies while blocking 2,640 damage. This earned me high caliber and a mastery badge ace tanker. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,900. I managed to hit 18 of my 21 shots and penetrate 15 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I only injured the driver and the T-28. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Löwe, and that'll give you some ideas on how to avoid getting pinned down, as well as ways to take matters into your own hands when the enemy has an artillery advantage. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.